I'm on Seminole in December with Ryan Higgins. He's a guide down here, and he just caught this fish. It looks like it ought to weigh 4.5, 5 pounds based on the head, but it's kind of skinny. But it hit a jerkbait out here on hole number 1, first place we stopped this morning. Tell us why hole number 1 is a place you like to fish in January and what makes it good.
So what this is an old pond bed that was here before the lake was made. It's just got a depression in it with a hard bottom. These fish will pull up in here in January. They pull up in here in December and chasing the shad, and in January they're pulling up in here on the edges of this sand. Get ready to pre-spawn. They're gonna lay their eggs across this flat in February. This place gets absolutely loaded in January.
Okay, and you say you can find it on good mapping GPS?
Yeah, you can find it on a good mapping disc or mapping chip for your unit. I believe we're going to have the waypoint in the article as well too. This will be a direct waypoint of where I'm sitting right now.
Okay, so you can find it with a waypoint and just explore around out here. And these fish are suspended and chasing bait, and he caught this one on a jerk bait out here.
Yeah. So this one that I caught that fish on this morning is a 6th Sense Provoke. It's the 90 size. It's the silent model, which to me is the most important part of it. It's in the Pro Blue color. I also like to throw a Mega Bass as well and a Tennessee Shad, the 110 size. One thing I do like to do on it, if you look at that front hook, I like to put lead wire on it, make it suspend a little more. That's the most critical part of this setup. Throw it on 10-pound fluorocarbon, Cigar Braze X, and then I weight that front hook to make it perfectly sit. The key to it is once you get it down to your depth, you want to pause it a long time, 5, 8, 10, 12 seconds. The colder it is, the longer you pause it. You'll pop it down, let it pause, and you'll leave a slack line in it. And if you'll just watch that slack line, it'll jump. When it jumps, you lean into your rod, the fish has it. The colder it gets, the longer I'll pause it. It changes from day to day. If you are blessed enough to have forward-facing sonar, you can watch your bait, you see the fish come up behind it, adjust the pauses and the twitches according to what they give you that day. But the jerkbait mimics the shad that are in the lake this time of year. It's a fantastic way to catch a lot of fish, catch some big fish. I like to fish it around those deeper depressions in the grass. 7 to 9 foot is the water depth I'm normally fishing in this time of year. 53 to about 58 degrees is the water temperatures. That's the right number for a real good jerkbait bite. And like I said, if it's a little sunnier, I'll throw that Pro Blue a little more translucent. If it's a little dirty, I'll throw something a little more solid color, a little more white on the sides. Both of them are weighted. I like the +1 size, the 110 +1, the longer bill. That gets it down there a little deeper and gets it where they need to be.
Ryan caught a decent keeper today on an A rig, and that was one of the two baits he threw a good bit today. So
yeah, we caught a few fish today. Never could find a big one, but caught most of our fish today on the Alabama rig and the jerkbait. This one is made by True Bass. Ryan Salzman, BPT Pro, he has the company True Bass. It's a titanium Alabama rig. This is the middle size. I like to throw it with a 1/8 ounce head or even a 1/4 ounce head on it. A 3.8 Kitech or the Zoom Super Fluke with the paddle tail on the back of it, not the straight-tailed fluke. Any 3.5 to 4 inch size swim bait of your choice. The muddier the water is, the whiter I'll go. The clearer the water is, the more translucent natural colors I'll go. I run 5 hooks on it. On this one here I haven't, but I'll generally run one just a hair different in the middle. That's where most of your bites are going to be. Maybe just a little bigger, like a 4.2 in the middle on a 1/4 ounce. I throw it on a 7/9 extra heavy fast rod, 25-pound fluorocarbon, or I'll throw it on 65-pound braid. That's up to you.
I imagine if you're throwing around standing timber in Spring Creek, that braid will help you pull it off the stumps.
That braid
better.
will help you get your bait back. throw a lighter wire hook, and that braid will help you get your Alabama rig back at Spring Creek. That way you don't donate as many to the lake.
Yeah.
The key with it is I want to fish it as slow as I can fish it and keep it off the bottom. These fish will school up on these points like we caught today off Rattlesnake Point. They had a bunch of shad balled up there. And you can roll that thing through them and catch them real good on it. On those deeper 10, 12, 15 foot grass flats, you can catch them. But if the sun gets up, it gets a little warmer in the afternoon, you could take this thing the exact same place as you'd throw a standard spinnerbait and just throw it down those outside grass lines, fish a little faster and catch them on it too. From day to day, like I said, I might change size a little bit, but this is pretty much the rig I'll throw from 59 degrees all the way down to as cold as it's gonna get before the fish start spawning.